I was asked to draw an eagle by one of my patrons on my Patreon channel recently. So this week I've been drawing this eagle on pastel mat with colour pencils. I wanted to share a little excerpt from the tutorial so that I can explain how I draw the texture into an area with the Slice Tool manual pen cutter. The original reference photograph for the eagle is supplied via Unsplash, and if you'd like to follow the full tutorial, it's already started over on Patreon this month, or alternatively it's also starting this month in the new membership area here on YouTube. Hope you enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to click on the like button, hit the subscribe button and allow notifications. Okay, here's the video. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the slice tool and I'm going to start to add some of this lighter bit of texture in this beak. So I'm going to come around here for a start. And I'm using little dashes because it's quite texturized, isn't it? It's not big, long lines. This looks like a seashell. That's what I keep thinking of when I look at it. It's like that texture that you'd find on a shell. I'll come down this bit. I'm just using these dashes to just put this texture. And it is a good idea to keep picking up what you've done so that you can see what you've done. Otherwise it just becomes a bit of a pool of dust that you're collecting as you use the slice tool. I'm going to bring this around here. Again, I just keep picking it up so that I can see what I've actually done in here. So there are some marks that are coming almost straight down, coming onto this shadow part. So I'll just pop those in. And then there's a mark here which sort of comes down from the edge of the nose, so it's about here. I do sort of use my slice tool to draw with, so I'm looking for those landmarks that I would if I'd got a pencil in my hand. Bring this down here. I think the important thing is not to worry about landmarks and things if you don't want to, but the important thing is just to get some texture in here and get the texture in so that it's roughly coming down in the right angle, in the right direction. So when I'm using the slice tool here, I'll just explain that in areas, so you can see here, I don't ever press on hard with the slice tool, but here I just took a couple of lines off, and by that I mean I only went over the lines, like once or twice maybe, but where I want the pigment to come off more and for it to be sort of a stronger, lighter colour up here, I'm going over it more. So I'll go back over the slice tool lines however many times I need to get the pigment removed. If I need a lot of pigment taken off, I just go back over it. I'm going to come and bring this around here. I'm going to go in with a cap at Autumn Violet and just shape that. It comes across like that and around there. I'm going to come in with the dark sepia with that as well. Then we have some lighter area coming over the top. Let's bring a couple of bits of direction here. Lighter bit coming around the side of this nostril. There is a little highlight coming down here, down this side, but I don't want to pull that out with the slice tool. What I want to do with that, because it's quite subtle and quite soft, I'm going to go in and just pull that out with the kneadable eraser. And I'm just shaping my kneadable eraser and just dabbing it on. Really gently. I don't want to press on hard, just want to dab, and that's just pulling out that slightly lighter bit there. I'm not going to do that bit yet until I've finished this area. So I'm going to leave that bit. I'm going to come under here and just create a little bit of a highlight. So we've started to add a bit of texture into this beak. What I'm going to do from there is where I can see that there's a slightly pinky highlight, I'm going to take the pink white, and where we just put those slice tool marks in, I'm just going to blend them. So I'm just going to blend these. I want to come down in the direction that the beak's coming in now, because we're working on the texture on the top. So unless I really can't see any direction, and then, you know, I'll probably use the circular strokes, but otherwise I want to come down in the direction that I can see. So I'm going to bring, and I'm just blending out this lighter area. Bring this lighter area around here. And then there are other places that I can see that are white, or really quite sort of light. They're not white, but they're quite bright. So I'm going to go in with a white pencil to blend those. So bring that into there. And the white, not looking to make it white, as I always say, I'm just looking to pick up the colour that's underneath. Also, what I'm going to do around here is I'm going to bring in a bit of the coal grey one, because I can definitely see a touch of that blue in there. This area that we took out with the eraser as well, I'm still going to blend that, and I'm going to blend that with the white. Put a touch of this yellow back in. I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to finish this edge around here when I put the feathers in, because it's going to make sense to do all that together. But in the meantime, I can just put a touch of this brighter yellow where I need it. So we had this sanguine round here, and I'm just going to top that colour up a little bit there, because I've probably lost it a little bit as I was blending. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of the sanguine inside the nostril, because there is a lighter bit in that nostril. So the sanguine in there is just going to help to show that there is extra interest in there. I don't know if you've ever noticed, like sometimes in a dog's nostril or in a horse's nostril, you'll see that bit of pink. That's obviously the skin with the blood vessels going through it. And that's what I'm trying to put in here. That's that little bit there that shows that actually that's a living nose, and there is sort of life in that nose, that it's not just a black hole that's there. I'm going to take the light yellow ochre up here and just put a little bit of darker yellow in here as well, because there are areas up here that are definitely a bit darker. I'll finish this off. I'm sure this will need a little bit more work as I put these feathers in, but at least I can put in what I can see now. I'm just going to bring this light yellow ochre just down this side a little bit to just tint this side, and then we're going to call this done for the minute. Okay, so that's it. Really hope that you have enjoyed this little excerpt of the full tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.